you're going to be poor rich. So I always tell people, you can tell if you're going to be a poor person for your life, if not all of your life, the majority of your life, or if you're going to be a wealthy or rich person for, your life or the majority of your life, right? And well, how do you do that? Well, you simply look at the way the cash flows. So cash speaks to you. Cash is a language, right? Money's a language. And if you can learn to interpret the language of money, you could probably make some changes and change your life, because it's really not that hard. When I was homeless, I wasn't homeless because I didn't have access to money. I was homeless because whenever I did get access to money, I used it improperly, right? So I used it the incorrect way. And so whenever I would have access to money, I would simply misuse the money. And because I developed a habit of misusing the money, I'm talking to somebody right now, because I developed a habit of misusing the money, then that's all I was ever able to do with money, is just misuse it. That became my habit, right? It became my state. I was poor money manager. So I always say, if you follow the way your money moves, it'll tell you your future. Yes, you can predict your future based on the way your money moves, based on your money language, your financial language, right? What does your cash say to you, right? And understanding that, I apologize for the bumpiness in the video. I'm riding through the Dallas airport, so just hang with me. Why does airports always have these bumpy roads? I don't know. But anyway, this airport's huge, so it takes me a while to get through it, so hang tight. But if you learn to interpret the money and to understand the language of money, so I'll give you an example. Money moves, right? That's why we call it currency. Money is always flowing. By the way, if you park money in a bank, you stop the money from moving. If you stop the river from flowing, is that a good thing or a bad thing for the river? It's a bad thing, not only for the river, for the animals who rely on the river, for the environment, for the plant, for the industries that rely on the river, for the boats that need the river. So if you stop the river, it's a bad thing, but yet you guys continue to park money in banks and stop the flow of your money. Woo! I said something there. I need some sound effect. You guys continue to park money in banks and stop the flow of your money. If you stop the flow of your oxygen, is that a good thing or a bad thing for your life, right? For your body? It's a bad thing. If you stop the flow of money, is that a good thing or a bad thing for your finances? It's a bad thing, because money is designed to do what? Move. That's why it's called cash flow or cash go, right? But it ain't cash sit. It ain't cash stay here. Fido sit. It ain't that, right? And if you're somebody who practices pouring money into a savings account or emergency account or rainy day account and leaving it there, you're always gonna be behind the 8 ball financially. You're never gonna be where you want to be financially. The reason you're never gonna be that way is because you haven't figured out, even though we keep telling you, you have not figured out the purpose of money. Poor people don't know the purpose of money. How do I know this? Because I was poor. I was poor for a very, very long time. What's up, Gary? What's up, everybody? Welcome to the chat. If you have a question or comment, you're welcome to drop it. If you like what you hear or you agree with anything I say, go ahead and smash the thumbs up. Help me grow the channel. If you haven't subscribed already, go ahead and do that. And if you guys want to drop the city and state you're watching from or country you're watching from, go ahead and do it. I'll shout you out. No problem. But when I was poor, again, I wasn't poor because I didn't have access to money. I would get money. The government would write me income tax checks every year. I got a little bit of money from my job. Every now and again, I was able to borrow money or get my hands on some extra petty cash or whatever. I don't care if I was finding money in the sofa cushions. I don't care. I would have access to money. Nothing significant, but I would have access to money. The problem is, what did I do when I got the money? So after I got the money, what did I do with it? And that was the problem. So I was poor because I didn't understand the purpose of my money. You guys, a lot of you are poor, and when I say poor, I don't mean you're like I was, years ago, homeless, sleeping outside. I'm not talking about that. When I say poor, I mean working poor. You're working, you're doing hard work, you're putting the work in, you're making an honest living, but it's just not enough to support you or give you a really good life. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the working poor. So don't get on here and talk about me insulting homeless people. By the way, I hate those. This is me chasing a rabbit, but I hate when people get out there and do good things for people and have to record it and put it on social media. Don't do that. I just bypassed the whole thing. I don't want to see it, because you didn't do it for the right reasons. You did it to get broadcast. You did it to get clout. You're clout chasing. You did it to get publicity. If you really cared about that person, you just do it. Other things, just me chasing a rabbit. Whenever I walk out of the store and I see a homeless person or somebody in need and they're like, hey, I need some money, I'm like, no, I don't give money. What do you need out of the store? I'll buy you some food or a drink, but I'm not going in my pocket and pull out cash. I don't do that. But that's just me. Anyway, somebody said invest. Are you talking about what? Invest in the stock market or in a business or what? Or home flipping? What are you talking about? And what's up to everybody? If you wanna drop your city and state in the chat, you're welcome to do it. I'll shout you out. What's up? Welcome to the channel. I'm driving through the Dallas airport, and so it's a long airport, so the ride might be a little bumpy. And when I'm at a light, I'll get to check out the questions or whatever, but it might be a little bit of bumpy, so hang tight. Just ignore that and just get the content. And so when I would get access to money, and I'm just keeping it real, whenever I would get access to money, I would always misuse the money. I would blow the money. And so the reason most people are poor, and there's plenty of reasons, but one of the main reasons is that poor people, and I'm talking about working poor, not living on the streets. They don't understand here how money works, right? What's the purpose of the money? So I'll break it into three classes. There's the poor, there's the middle class, and there's the rich. So we'll break it into three classes: the poor, the middle class, the rich. Now work with me, watch what I do. All right, so I've been poor, I've been middle class. Now I would consider myself to be upper middle class because of what we make with my business each year. This year we should do about 300 grand, which is not $1 million, but it's more than I ever made in my life running my business, right? And then now I want to get into some investing, and I see somebody put invest in the comments. I want to get into the markets and stuff like that now that I have extra money. But just a few years ago, because by the way, 2020 was the first year I ever had real money. Other than that, I was always broke. And I used to wonder, man, how am I always broke? How am I always poor? Why is there never any extra money? Why is there always lack but never abundance? And it took me a while, but I realized that I didn't know the purpose of money. And so many of you, you're where you are today because you don't know the purpose of money. So let me help you. Let me educate you. We're going to talk about the poor, the middle class. I wish I had my board so I could go through this. By the way, hit subscribe, hit thumbs up for everyone who wants to be in the free live training where I'm going to teach you the webinar. I'm going to teach you how to build a middleman business from your phone. You're going to book customers, take a deposit, dispatch, work all from your phone, get paid from your phone without having to go to work, leave your house, go to an office or anything. I've been doing this since 2020. I teach you how to do it. Hopefully the goal is to get you to about $10,000 a month in the first 6 months, and the business is done from your phone. So you're just like Uber, Airbnb, all those companies. All you do is match customers to companies, get paid to do it. That's it. Once you book the customer and take a deposit, you're done. Somebody else actually does the work, not you. So I book customers for moving services. I take a deposit, it goes into my pocket, and then I send the actual moving job to a moving company who's actually going to do the moving, not me. I just find the customer. So if you want to do that in any industry, home cleaning, roof repair, AC and heating, carpet cleaning, pest control, window washing, pressure washing, commercial cleaning, garage clean out, whatever you want to do, garage repair, you need to be in that training so I can teach you how to do this stuff from your phone. And all you have to do is go to the video description of any of my videos and click the link to get registered for the event. It's absolutely free. Or put middleman in the comments under any of my videos to get the link. So poor, middle class, and rich. I want you to understand that. Poor, middle class, and rich. These are three categories we're going to work with. Now, when I was poor, again, I would have access to money through my job and whatnot, but I just made poor money decisions, and I never got out of that jam. And so I'm going to give you the jelly to get you out of that jam. Hello? All right, so let's talk about it. So when the poor gets money, when somebody who's poor, paycheck to paycheck, struggling financially, working but struggling, the poor people's money, when I was poor, my money always went backwards. My money always went into my past. Well, Sean, what do you mean you get paid on a Friday and your money goes backwards? How can it go backwards? Because whenever I got paid, all of my bills were past due. My rent was past due. I've been evicted so many times I can't even count. I can't even remember how it was. Just an eviction notice became like, I don't know, like a love letter. I was evicted so many times. It was a love letter. Hey, you got 5 days to leave the property. Well, I'll see you in 5 days. Right? I've been evicted where I used to get my furniture. Just open. I'll just give you a bunch. But this is a real peek into my past. I used to get my furniture. Like I'd be driving down the street. I'd see a mattress like on the side of the road. Man, I would examine it. I'll pick it up and put it in my house. One time, true story. I hated that it happened this way, but it did. I picked up a mattress, put it into my little house that I was renting, and the apartment, I'm sorry. And the mattress ended up having like bed bugs. I didn't know it. I got it in a trash pile and had bed bugs in. It was a nice mattress, but I guess not nice. And man, I hated that. So I had to throw the whole mattress away, and I didn't have any money for a new mattress. Like I remember those days where, I was like Will Smith on The Pursuit of Happiness. Like I can't give you my last $5. I need this. This life or death. I gotta have this $5. Man, there's a lot of traffic over here. So, by the way, I always hear people talk about a lot of traffic when you move to big cities. Listen, any big city is gonna have traffic during rush hour. It is what it is. We're rarely in traffic here in Dallas because we don't have to go into rush hour, and so it is what it is. But so, dude, what was I saying? Yeah. So, poor, middle class, and rich. So the poor, when I was poor, my money would flow backwards. So if I got paid on a Friday, then I already had bills that were past due. My rent was past due. My utilities were past due. My insurance, my car note, my phone, everything was past due. In fact, I didn't even take it seriously until it was past due, until they threatened to disconnect. That's when I took it seriously. That's how bad I was. And all of those things were past due. Excuse me. And because they were past due, that means my money flowed backwards to cover the bills that had already come due. So my money flowed backwards. That's why I say your money flows into the past. And then when I started making a little bit of money, became middle class, right? When I became middle class, my money stayed in the present. So when a person's poor, their money flows backwards. They usually have a bunch of overdue bills. When a person's middle class, their money stays in the present, past the present. Why does the money stay in the present for the middle class? Right? Because the middle class, they like to buy things. The middle class like to shop. They're in the malls. The middle class like to take vacations. They're on the cruises. The middle class like to have nice cars, buy nice homes, live in nice neighborhoods. That's the middle class, right? So the middle class, their money stays in the present. As soon as they get extra money or a bonus at work, what do? They buy things right now. So they get an extra $1,000. They say, hey, let's take a vacation. They get an extra $1,000. They say, hey, I'm going to go look for a car. They get an extra $1,000. They say, hey, let's go get lit this weekend. Let's go out. They get an extra $1,000. They say, hey, let's go shopping. They get an extra $1,000. They say, hey, let's go look at a better home in a better neighborhood. So their money stays with the present, meaning when they get the money, they buy things for now, for right now. The vacation right now, the new house, new car right now. Look good, dress good, feel good right now. Nothing wrong with it, but it's just how their money goes, how it flows. And all you have to do is use this to examine how your money moves, and it's going to change your life. Now, let's look at the rich. What does their money do? Oh, the rich, their money goes into the future. See the difference? If you're poor, your money goes into the past. You're always behind on bills. You can't buy anything. Your money belongs to somebody else. You get paid and broke the same day. Right? You get a check Friday, broke Saturday. I used to get paid Friday and was broke Friday night. I was broke. Hit thumbs up if I'm making any sense. Hit thumbs up if you're getting any value from this. And if it's helping you at all, just hit the thumbs up to let me know. Don't forget to subscribe. I appreciate that. And so the rich, their money flows into the future. What does that mean? Right? First of all, the big contrast is when you're poor, your money flows backwards. When you're middle class, your money stays in the right now. You do things with it right now. But when you're rich, your money goes into the future. Why? Because you invest. The rich invest in ideas, in companies, in stocks, any of that. The rich invest. They try to make the money make money. So the rich would say, all right, I'm not going to buy anything from me right now. Sure, I got an extra $10,000. I could go get this car, but I'm not. I got an extra $10,000. We could take that vacation to Greece we've always wanted to take, but I'm not. I got an extra 10 grand. We could go look at a down payment on a house, but I'm not. Here's what I'm going to do with that money. I'm going to try to use this money to make more money. Well, Sean, what does that look like? Well, now that I have an extra $10,000, because if I was poor and I got $10,000, my $10,000 would go into all the stuff I'm behind on. And then when I'm middle class and you gave me the $10,000, my $10,000 would go into buying a new car, buying some clothes, going on vacation, getting lit. But now that I have a rich mindset and now you give me $10,000, now my $10,000 goes what? Into the future. Well, Sean, what did you do with the $10,000? Oh, I planted it like a seed. I invested it to make another $10,000. What are you talking about? You didn't take vacation? You didn't pay your late bills? Well, I don't have any late bills. And no, I didn't take vacation. I'm going to use this money to make more money. So sure, you got the house, you got the car, you took the vacation. I won't be able to talk about that right now. I won't be able to go on that vacation with you, but tell you what, check back in 6 months. I'll have my 10 back plus another 10, and you'll have nothing because you've used all of your money. Wait a minute, what? Yeah, see, you've used all of your money. Now you have nothing to invest with. Somebody put invest in the comments. Now you have nothing to grow with, nothing to invest with, nothing to get to the next level with. You've used up all of your seed. You've used it all. The money's gone. Right? You've given it away. You bought nice things. Sure, that's instant gratification, but what about tomorrow? And because you didn't think about tomorrow, because you didn't consider tomorrow, because you didn't pour money into tomorrow, you got no seed. Guess what you have if you have no seed? You got no harvest. You guys have got to start using money for a harvest. You've got to start using money to get more money. You've got to start using money. You got to start thinking about money as a more money getter. You've got to start thinking about money as a seed, right? A seed to plant, right? I'm preaching, I'm wrapping up now, but you got to start thinking about money. When you get money, you cannot always think about what can I buy. You've got to think about what can I try. You got to think about what can I try. When I get an extra $1,000, I'm not going. There's a couple things I ain't doing when I get that extra $1,000. I'm not saying what can I buy. Number two, I'm not saying I need to put this into a bank account and leave it there. I'm never thinking that way. My wife can tell you. I'm never thinking that way. I'm thinking about, sweetheart, how do we flip this $1,000 into another $1,000? Where can we move this money to make more money? What can we do with the money to turn it into more monies? Right? The kids call it monies. What can we do with this monies to turn it into more monies? Right? I'm not looking to bury the money. I'm not looking to put the money in a savings account, emergency account, a rainy day account, and just leave it there. I'm not gonna do that. Why? Because I'm not gonna manifest a rainy day into my life. I don't want it. I'm not gonna manifest an emergency into my life. I don't want it. I'm going to manifest what I want into my life. So I'm not going to call it a savings account. I'm not going to call it an emergency account. I'm not going to call it a rainy day account, right? What am I going to? I'm going to call it an opportunity account, because I'm looking for opportunity. And so should you. You should be looking for opportunity. You get your hands on some extra cash. Hey, I got some seed. Where can I plant this? Hey, I got some seed. I got some food we can put in the ground. I got an apple tree in here. Listen, we can eat this apple right now, or we can plant this seed and grow an apple tree. If you got some patience and you come back in a year, we'll feed the whole village. Sure, I can eat this apple right now and satisfy myself, but I guarantee you, if you come back in a year, there'll be a tree that'll feed the whole village. Everybody's going to be able to eat. Everybody's going to be able to get fruit off the tree. But here's the good part. The tree continues to give seed. Each fruit gives a seed. So not only are you able to eat off the apple tree, you're able to take the seed and plant the tree, right? You're able to do that. And that comes with a shift in mindset. That comes with a switch in your mindset. I keep telling you guys, if you change your mindset, you're going to change everything. So from now on, I'm going to challenge you. Whenever you get your hands on some extra cash, don't think about what can I buy. Think about what can I try. What can I try? What can I try with this $1,000 to turn it into another $1,000? Because if you learn to master that game of using money, I started this video by telling you that money is a currency. It must flow in order to be successful. But a lot of you've cut off the flow of your money, your finances, and you wonder why you can never get ahead. The reason being is because there ain't no flow in your cash flow. Your cash is going, but it ain't flowing, right? It's going to other people when it should be flowing to you. You should be using the money to make more money. That's what you should be doing with your cash. That's what you should be doing when you get access to money. You should always find a way to make more money. Get that money out of your savings account. It's dead anyway. If you're not using it, it's dead. It has no value. Get it out of your savings account. Use it to change your life. Please. Please. Please do it. If you want to learn how to use your phone to make money, you know your job's not safe. You know they could fire you or let you go any day. There's no such thing as a safe, secure job. Then here's what I want you to do. Put middleman in the comments or click the registration link in the video description below to get the link to the free live middleman training. What's a middleman business? A business that connects a customer to a business and you get paid to do it. Well, you don't have to do the work. No, you don't do the work. You just find a customer, match them with the company, and make a bunch of money to do it. My first year, 2020, I did $77,000 from home, and I didn't even know what I was doing. You can do way better than I can. I still have the business today. I don't have a job, don't want a job. I enjoy being on here with you, educating America. If you want to learn how to start a business from your phone, then all you need to do is put middleman in the comments below or check the video description below. Click the link to get registered because the seating is limited. Get there early because I got something really cool for you. And let's learn how to change your life. Use your phone to make money without having to leave your house. I teach you how to do it by starting a middleman business. Uber is a middleman business. Airbnb is a middleman business. What do I mean by Uber? Uber doesn't own any cars. They don't drive anybody around. They don't pick anybody up. All they do is contract the work out to you or somebody else with the car. They just match you with the customer who needs a ride. You pick them up. Uber gets paid. All I'm going to teach you to do is how to match a customer who needs something with a company. So for instance, if they need their home cleaned, you're not going to clean it. You're just going to book the customer, take a deposit, $120, $150 for yourself on a 5-10 minute phone call. And then you're going to dispatch the work to the actual cleaner who's going to do the work. And you could choose any industry. There's tons of them. You could go to middlemanceo.com and scroll down till you see the list of industries I like. I have my top 25 list with the deposit amounts on the side that you could potentially make every deposit. I'm in the moving industry. I'm about to get into another industry, but I make $150 for every customer I book in this industry. If you want to learn how to do it, put middleman in the comments or click the link in the description below. But learn to use money to make money, guys. I got to go. Have a wonderful, blessed day. God bless America. Peace.